What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Hope you're doing well, feeling great, and enjoying freedom. It's a great day to have a great day. Today, we're going to be talking about the spot price of silver still sitting in the $23 an ounce range, premium excluded, of course, but we also got to talk about Elon Musk buying Twitter. We're going to get into it, but really quick, just in case you're new, make sure to subscribe for daily videos. Subscribe to my second channel for weekly videos. Go and get yourself some DYDSS merchandise to help support the channel. Come and join us in the Precious Metals VIP Club for giveaways, live streams, deal alerts, and a whole lot more. Don't forget, make sure to join before May 1st if you want to get entered into my latest giveaway, and I will be going live tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Come hang out. And of course, make sure to go and get your 5 free stocks by downloading Webull and funding your account. Normally it's 2, they bumped it up to 5. If you refer 1 friend, they're going to give you 10 free random stocks for the referral. And if you refer 3 friends by the end of the month, you got 3 days left, they're going to give you a spin on the Webull wheel, which guarantees you at least 1 free share of Apple with the chance of winning all the way up to 15 free shares of Apple. Everything will be linked in the description. So today is Wednesday, April 27th, 2022. The current spot price of silver, as I'm filming the video, is $23.61. It's up 14 cents, or up 0.6%. A nice green day for the beautiful white metal. Spot price of gold is $19.0350. It's down $2.20, or down 0.12%. A very mild red day for the beautiful yellow metal so far. And of course, the gold to silver ratio is in the 80 to 81 to 1 range. But of course, that's as I'm filming the video at like 8:30 in the morning, not as I'm editing, posting, or as you're watching. So head on down to the comments and let me know the date and time you're viewing the video and what the current spot price is for you. I'm always curious. Alright, so in today's video, I wanted to talk about the silver and the gold, mainly the silver. I wanted to talk about silver still sitting in that $23 an ounce range, premium excluded, of course. If we factor in the average premium, which is probably about $4 right now, we're able to get silver for $27, $28 an ounce, which isn't too bad if you think about it. Especially if you're someone that's in it for the long term and you have the utmost conviction in silver and you believe that it's going to be going much, much, much higher. $27, $28 grand total out the door price tag that we're paying for each individual ounce of silver, I don't think is all that bad. But before we can even get into the precious metals, I think we need to first talk about what Elon Musk has been up to. For those of you that didn't see the video that I posted earlier this month where I talked about Elon Musk purchasing 73.5 million shares of Twitter, which made him the largest shareholder, owning nearly 10% of all shares. This is something that I interpreted as somebody finally putting their money where their mouth is. Everyone likes to complain about social media. Oh, they're doing this. Oh, they're doing that. But no one has been willing to take any action at all. Well, Elon Musk decided to take action and essentially begin infiltrating Twitter to bring what he considers to be much needed change. But evidently, owning nearly 10% was not enough because he publicly offered to buy Twitter for $54.20 per share in cash, which, just for perspective, Twitter stock is currently worth $49.68 per share. And it didn't seem like anything would come from this. I personally thought that the offer was just simply going to be ignored. But as it turns out, Twitter was interested. And they were interested enough to bring in Goldman Sachs and JP Morgan to see what they believe Twitter's worth. And both concluded that it's worth far less than what Elon is offering to pay. And that the premium he's willing to pay is way more than Twitter would likely be able to get elsewhere. So surprise, surprise, Twitter accepts. Obviously, it's not all said and done just yet. This is going to be a work in progress, but the $44 billion deal should close within the next few months. Elon is already outlining a free speech plan which has half the internet celebrating right now, And I'm not going to sit here and analyze Twitter stock or Twitter as a company or state any price targets or any expectations, but I will say this. I would not be a bit surprised if all of this leads to the share price slowly climbing its way up to $54.20 per share, which is what Elon's paying. Personally, I don't currently have any financial interest in the stock. I don't directly invest in Twitter, so it doesn't matter to me. It could go to zero for all I care. I do have a Twitter and an Instagram account, though. If anybody wants to follow me, it's at Mykie DYDSS on both. That's MYKIEDYDSS. But in conclusion, I just think it's cool to see someone finally using their currency to cause a disruption like this. I hope to one day be able to cause even 1% of the disruption over the course of my life as Elon causes on a daily basis. But hey, before we dive back into the silver and the gold, since we're already speaking of stocks, friendly reminder to go and get your 5 free stocks by downloading Webull and funding your account. Normally it's 2. They bumped it up to 5 for this month only. You have 3 days left to capitalize on this opportunity. If you refer one friend to the app, they're going to give you 10 free stocks for the referral. It's part of their advertising budget. Rather than wasting currency on billboards and TV commercials, they reward their users for helping them build their app with them. This is very time sensitive, so capitalize on that while you can. And of course, if you refer 3 friends by the end of the month, once again, 3 days left, they're going to give you a spin on the Webull wheel where you're guaranteed at least 1 free share of Apple, where you also have the chance of winning 2, 3, 5, 7, maybe even 15 free shares of Apple. It's whatever you land on, that's what you get. But even if you land on 1, that's still fantastic. Webull link in the description. Time is running out. If you don't want the stocks, go and get them anyway. They're free. Then just sell them. Congratulations. Now you have the currency to get some silver if that's what you want. Webull link in the description. All right, now, moving away from Elon Musk, moving away from Twitter, moving away from stocks and all of that, let's now talk about the silver and the gold. Mainly the silver. So sitting here in front of me on screen, we have a nice little selection. We have a Type 1 and a Type 2 Silver Eagle, which are, by the way, sitting on top of a maple leaf and a kangaroo. We have some 90% up there at the top, some Washington quarters, some Walking Liberty quarters, some Roosevelt dimes, some Mercury dimes. We have a 1, 5, and 10 ounce silver bar right here, Westminster Sunshine and Silver Gold Bull Bar. We have a 10 ounce Sunshine bar over here. We have a Krugerrand sitting on top. We have a 5 ounce Aztec calendar round right there. And of course we have some Queen's Beasts and a Britannia down here in the bottom right corner. But what I wanted to talk about in today's video is the spot price of silver. Still sitting in that $23 an ounce range. Premium excluded, of course. Spot price about 23 and change. Stack price about 27 and change. I don't think these are bad prices at all. And for the most part, I'm going to be sticking to my game plan, which is what I've been doing for the last going on 2 years at this point, which is just to really focus on 90% exclusively, or should I say almost exclusively, when it comes to silver, that is. I'm pretty much all in on the Constitutional right now, as I've been for going on 2 years. And I plan on sticking to this strategy for the next couple of months, especially until July. I have something interesting coming up, and if you're in the Precious Metals VIP Club, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I have something really interesting that unfortunately has to wait until July, but once again, if you're in the Precious Metals VIP Club, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I have something really interesting coming up, and friendly reminder, I will be going live 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight, and I have a giveaway that ends in 3 days, so now is a really good time to join if you haven't already joined. But I wanted to talk about the spot price today, and I wanted to acknowledge that, yeah, spot price dropped down a little bit earlier this week or late last week. I can't even keep track of the days at this point, but spot price came down a little bit. And as a person that's obviously still in acquisition mode, I have no complaints. I love silver. The lower the better. The more red days, the better. I'm a big fan of the red days. I'm a big fan of spot price moving in a downward direction. And I plan on continuing to just stick to the game plan because honestly, for the last 2 years, this has just been what's working for me. And it really doesn't matter what you're stacking. As far as I'm concerned, it really doesn't matter what type of silver you're picking up. If you're stacking for weight and if you're getting the best bang for your buck on certain pieces of silver and your mission is to get as much physical silver content as you can, then to me it really doesn't make a bit of a difference what it is that you're stacking. If you're going after the generic rounds, or if you're going after the kangaroos or the Philharmonics or the 90% or the kilo bars, whatever the case may be, if you're focusing on the silver and you're going after whatever is offered to you for the lowest possible dollar amount, I think that's what it's all about. Now, I've been saying for quite a bit of time now is not the time to be picky. See, before everything went wacky, and I think it's probably time for us to stop referencing pre-2020 because those days are gone. It's almost the middle of 2022 at this point. I think we should stop talking about 2019 and whatnot. But before everything went all backwards and upside down, when left became right, when down became up, and blue became red, and everything went weird, we were able to afford to be a little bit picky. I know I was. Now, I don't really want to say that I was all that picky, but I was a little bit selective with what I was going after. And of course, at the time, I was still going after, the lowest possible premium coins, rounds, and bars. For example, I started with the generic rounds. Then I moved on to Silver Eagles and Maple Leafs, which at the time were both very, very, very low premium coins. I was also going after some 10-ounce bars. I started picking up a little bit of 90% the following year. And that's really what it was all about since the very beginning. So not a whole lot has changed. I wasn't picking up very much 90%. I was focusing way more on pure silver. Nowadays, it's the opposite. I'm picking up almost nothing but 90%. I'm picking up a little bit of pure silver from time to time if I stumble upon an opportunity to do so. But I'm not really worried about it. I don't really care much about what I'm stacking anymore. As I've been saying as of lately, I'm not really loyal to any particular coin, round, or bar. I'm just loyal to the metal. And I like the silver. It doesn't really matter to me what it is or what's on it or what it says or where it's from. None of that matters to me because I understand that when it's all melted down, it's just silver at the end of the day. It really doesn't make a bit of a difference. So I'm sticking to the game plan. I'm going to be continuing to capitalize on what I consider to be these low prices, even with the premium included. With the premium tacked on, $27, $28 an ounce, I understand it's significantly higher than it was back in 2019, but guess what? It's not 2019 anymore. It's 2022. I think we should get with the times a little bit, and I think we should worry about what's going on right now and what could be going on in the future. I personally believe that silver is going to climb back up. I personally believe that silver is going to strengthen, especially as time goes by, especially over these next couple of months, because I don't think I'm letting out any secret over here. We are in some pretty hefty inflationary times, the highest inflation in 40 years, and I don't think that's even going to begin simmering down for at least another couple of months. Of course, core inflation is actually inflecting downward, but overall, it's still moving in an upward direction, mainly due to food and energy and whatnot. A lot of other categories are moving sideways or even beginning to move in a downward direction, which is good to see, but inflation is still on the rise regardless. And during these inflationary times, and during these on the brink of recessionary times, because I do personally believe at this time that we are going to end up in a recession, even if it's a simple technical recession where for the most part none of us even really notice a difference. I don't personally believe that a recession would impact my life in any way, shape, or form, and I probably wouldn't even know that I was in a recession if I wasn't paying so close attention to all the financial news and whatnot. We're not currently in a recession, but in an attempt to get inflation under control, if it continues to climb, I personally believe that the Federal Reserve will have absolutely no choice but to send us into an intentional technical on paper recession, 2 consecutive quarters of negative GDP growth, just as a means of getting inflation to simmer down. Because remember, one of the reasons prices have been going up so dramatically over the last couple of months is because people have more currency than they've ever had before, and people are spending way more recklessly than they've ever spent before. People are spending like crazy, and it's been driving up the prices. And don't forget, during a recession, people are not spending. So that could be one thing. If we eliminate the spending or the massive amounts of spending on non-essentials, we can actually see prices start to come down. Or at least I hope so. At least ideally. At least that's what the Federal Reserve might end up having to try to do. Now, there are plenty of other reasons why inflation is as high as it is, but that's a story for a different video. I'm pretty sure I've covered that time and time again over the last 2 years. But either way, I personally believe that silver will thrive during these inflationary times. I personally believe that silver will thrive during these on the brink of recessionary times. And right now, I have the opportunity to get a little bit of silver for a couple dollars less per ounce. Silver dropped back down. Wasn't it just 2 weeks ago? Silver was $26 an ounce, premium excluded. That means the stack price would have been $30, maybe even $31 at that point. Now spot price is $23, which means I can get each individual troy ounce of silver for $27, $28 an ounce. That's not bad, especially considering where I personally believe silver is going. I believe silver will strengthen. I believe silver will move in an upward direction. But I'm not worried about that right now. All I'm worried about is increasing how much silver I have in my possession. See, I was having a conversation with somebody a couple weeks back, or actually, time has been going by so quickly. I think that was actually earlier this year, maybe January or February. I was having a conversation with somebody, and they explained something to me which made perfect sense, and it is what I was doing, but I didn't really look at it from that angle. He explained to me, and this was from an investing perspective. He was explaining to me that he's not interested in lowering his average cost. He's only interested in increasing his number of shares. And that made a lot of sense, especially if you twist it in a stacking direction. Not interested in lowering my average cost, but increasing how many troy ounces of silver I own. That makes perfect sense. Because guess what? Let's just say silver does what a lot of people want it to do. Let's just say it moves in a very slow but upward direction consistently. No dips along the way, or minimal dips along the way. This is just hypothetical. This is not what's going to happen. But imagine it were just to go in a straight upward direction. Little by little by little. Let's just say that starts today. Let's just say tomorrow it's $24 an ounce. The day after that, 25, then 26, and 27, 28, 29, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. Let's just say it keeps going up. Guess what? The more silver you get, you're going to be increasing your average cost along the way anyway. That's just what's going to happen. And guess what? You got a whole bunch of silver at $23 an ounce, and if you're someone like me who had been stacking for a couple of years, and you got a whole bunch of silver at $19 an ounce, and $17 an ounce, and $14 an ounce, it all averages out. So that's not really how we should look at it. We shouldn't really be viewing it, or overly concerned, I should say. We shouldn't be overly concerned with, oh no, I don't want to increase my average cost. Because guess what? If you're not increasing your average cost, you're not increasing the stack. Sometimes spot price is up, sometimes spot price is down. To me, it's not really about my average dollar price tag that I've paid from the very beginning when spot price was lower to last year when spot price was crazy high, and today where spot price is still high, but not nearly as high as it was last year. It all averages out. And one of these days, I'm going to actually have to figure out what my average cost actually is. I've been saying for a while now, I would assume it's probably somewhere around the $20 range, just because of how much I was able to get at $13, $14, $15, $16 an ounce. And obviously I'm putting the same amount of currency in, but I'm getting less silver out of it. So I would assume my average cost is somewhere around the $20 range. And guess what? I don't have an issue increasing that average cost to $21, $22, $23 an ounce. I don't have a problem with that. That doesn't matter to me. What matters to me is increasing how much is in my possession. And same goes for gold, by the way. I don't think I've ever even considered what my average cost on gold might be. I've never even thought about that before, but same thing applies for the beautiful yellow metal. I want to go after as much of this as possible, but ideally in a perfect world, which by the way I know we don't live in, but in a perfect world I'd prefer to get a majority of my gold by trading silver for it. I want to purchase gold with silver. I don't want to acquire it with dollar bills, or I don't want to acquire a majority of it with dollar bills. When it's all said and done, decades and decades and decades in the future, I would like to look back at my stack of gold and be able to say that I got like 3/4 of it with silver and only 1/4 of it with dollars or something like that. That's my goal at the end of the day. And I don't want to trade away all my silver or most of my silver or even half my silver, but little by little over time, when the ratio makes sense. It makes absolutely no type of sense right now, by the way. I think the ratio is like 80-1, whatever I said at the very beginning of the video. Doesn't make any sense in the world right now, at least not to me, to be trading any silver for gold. And I don't believe I would ever trade any gold for silver, but if you would like to trade gold for silver, we did see a pretty good opportunity. I think it was last year or the year or 2 years ago, maybe. I remember looking at the ratio and I remember seeing it 100-1. But anyway, those are just some of my thoughts on the current state of silver and what the current spot price is, premium excluded and premium included. I personally am completely unbothered by what the grand total out the door stack price is. I don't have an issue with increasing my average cost, because to increase my average cost, I would have to be acquiring a massive amount of silver. To put a dent in my average cost, I would probably need to get like thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars and throw it into silver at this point. But anyway, I want you guys to head on down to the comments and let me know anything and everything related to today's video topic. When it comes to, first and foremost, Elon Musk in the process of buying Twitter, is this something that matters to you? To be honest, it's not really anything that matters to me. I just thought it was kind of interesting news. I don't really benefit, or I'm not benefiting, or I'm not getting harmed in any way, shape, or form. It could not be less relevant. I just happen to be an Elon Musk fan. I think the dude's hilarious, and I like to see people be disruptive, and this is definitely a disruption. So let me know your thoughts on that right there, and whether or not you're expecting positive change to come from this. And of course, when it comes to silver and gold, what are your thoughts on the stance that I'm taking now, where I'm not worried about increasing my average cost? I'm worried about increasing how much silver, how much gold is in my possession. Head on down to the comments and let me know anything and everything related to today's video topic. If you guys like today's video, please hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, subscribe to my second channel, which is my backup channel for exclusive weekly content. Go and get yourself some DYDSS merchandise to help support the channel in the biggest possible way. We got t-shirts, hoodies, stickers, coffee mugs, and a bunch of different designs. A lot of the products are helping us raise a little bit of funds and awareness for different charity organizations, by the way. DYDSS store will be linked in the description. Come and join us in the Precious Metals VIP Club, which is where I do giveaways every single month. I have one going on right now. Join before May 1st if you want to get entered. 3 days left. Live streams multiple times a week. I'm going live tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Come hang out. Deal alerts on silver and gold almost every single day. You can watch all of my videos early and commercial free, and every Saturday morning I post a brand new adventure vlog. The one that I just posted was actually a really interesting one, so you're going to want to go and watch that. VIP Club link in the description. I guarantee you the value exceeds the cost. And of course, last but certainly not least, make sure to go and get your 5 free stocks by downloading Webull and funding your account. Normally it's 2. They bumped it up to 5 for this month only. 3 days left. Capitalize on that while you can. You can deposit any amount, even if it's just a penny. It still works. You still get your free stocks, and I know because that's what I did. If you refer one friend to the app, they're going to give you 10 free random stocks. This is a very time-sensitive promo, and this is part of their advertising budget. Rather than wasting currency on billboards and TV commercials, they reward their users for helping them build their app with them. So capitalize on that while you can. And of course, if you refer 3 friends by the end of the month, you got 3 days left. Just click the little invite button, send it to 3 people that you know. Webull's going to give you a spin on the Webull wheel, which guarantees you at least 1 free share of Apple, with the chance of winning 2, 3, 5, 7, maybe even 15 free shares of Apple. It's whatever you land on, that's what you get. If you get 1, it's incredible. If you get 15, it's incredible. If you get somewhere in between, it's also incredible. But you're guaranteed at least 1. Don't pass up on an opportunity. Webull link in the description. Time is running out. You have 3 days left, and if you don't want the stocks, go and get them anyway. They're free. Sell them. Congratulations. Now you have the currency to go and get you some silver or gold if that's what you want. Webull link in the description. And I want you guys to head on down to the comments and let me know once again, what are your thoughts on everything shared in today's video? When it comes to Elon Musk buying Twitter, are you expecting positive change? Are you expecting negative change? Are you expecting no change at all? Are you a fan of Elon Musk and all of his antics and how disruptive he is? And then, of course, when it comes to the silver and the gold and the spot price, what are your thoughts on the stance that I'm taking nowadays, where I'm no longer worried about increasing my average cost? I can increase the average cost. It doesn't matter to me. I'm only interested in increasing how much silver and how much gold I have, how much of the precious metals I acquire, and how much of the precious metals I have in my possession. Head on down to the comments and let me know anything and everything related to today's video topic. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you tomorrow. Don't you dare stop smiling. Peace.